Hey,
Hello, everybody.
absolutely great. We have a wonderful guest, Coach David Verdu. Of course, we have our lovely Ryan. Ryan, when are you getting your braces off? Should be soon, right?
Yeah, hopefully in the summer, maybe after the summer,
Okay, next few months.
I
Cool,
have
cool, cool.
embraced the process, the process of getting to excellence.
And then Coach David Verdu, you're just an awesome figure. Uh, Up, down, and around, man. Will you do
Thank
me a
you,
favor?
dude.
And just kind of introduce yourself.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm Coach David Verdu, and man, I try to enjoy life every day, and I try to stop and smell the roses. I have an awesome opportunity every day to make a difference, and that's what I do. I have a program called Way Beyond Measure, and we're gonna probably get more into that, but making a difference every day. That's what I'm up to. I'm up to SUSO, so you can see the SO part, but you can't see the SU. So SUSO, stand up, stand out. Just teaching students and people to be everything they can be. That's right there. Waybeyondmeasure.com. We got a great team. I'm just waiting for Dave Armstrong to join us.
Oh, hey, you know what, Coach? I want to show a really cool YouTube video that you have out on your YouTube channel, so everybody kind of gets to know what you do as we kind of go into the conversation. Because the conversation is going to not just be about how we can optimize ourselves as adults and be awesome and really smell the roses, but how we can impact our young people, our youth, our kids. So I'm going to show this video. It's going to be absolutely awesome.
It's the Think Program. Today's lesson is brought to you by the letter T. T for Is It True? Is it true Monday? Pickles would love to help teach your students all about being true. Being true on the playground, being true in the classroom, being true at the lunch table, wherever you might be. Of course, we want to teach the kids SUSO. Stand up and stand out for others around you. All of our videos are loaded with activities, and they come with lessons to help your students grow. It's really simple, too. All you have to do is click that link below to get started. Or you can visit us at waybeyondmeasure.com. Remember, stand up, stand out, and always think before you speak.
You're supposed to be dancing when you come back in. You dance, right?
I gotta be dancing.
Say, guys, listen, I wish I could just sit here and tell you guys that, man, that was all me. But listen, it wasn't. It takes a team, boys.
Yeah.
It takes a full team,
Yeah.
My sport and maybe yours is football with one O, foot. Okay. And I love it. I mean, you need a team. You have to be a team. And so thank you so much for showing that. That was exciting. I remember shooting that about 5,000 times. It was great.
When you said 5,000 times, I want to ask you a question. I know the answer already. Why'd you shoot it so many times?
I didn't have to. I was just teasing.
Oh,
I didn't have to shoot it. They call me one take coach.
come
That's
on,
not
really?
true either. So let's say, when you make spaghetti and then you have that the ragu on the side. So once you make the spaghetti, all you have to do is pop the top and pour it in because it's all in there, man. So I just pop the top like ragu, and it's all in there. It's seasoned, man. It's I went. 35 years, same stuff. I've been doing.
Yeah, that's
And
a
so
long
you
time.
see, it's like it would be like me and you. See, you got out of the military a couple years ago or whatever it was, but me and you going on an op. I'm following you, bro. Don't follow me. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
You studied. You
Yep.
have. I have hundreds and thousands of hours.
Yeah.
What makes an expert? Time.
Yeah. I agree. 100%.
And you're an expert. Both of you. Ryan, you're an expert. Dave, you're an expert. And I mean, I watch you guys and I appreciate listening to y'all because there's purpose. And
Yeah.
so you guys, whoever's listening or watching, help these guys out, man. It's a good cause. It's a good thing. And I super appreciate you guys having me on your show, buddy.
Ah, man, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
We appreciate having you.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah. I think that when people take the time to really find their purpose or a purpose that they can feel intrinsically motivated to do daily, it never runs out of steam. The steam might be low some days, but it never runs out of steam. You just feel like, you know what, this is what I want to do. You wake up and you're like,
good.
Yeah,
that's a good word. I like my dad. My dad's an amazing acronym man. And he said a few things to me about, David, don't ever go find a job. He goes, listen, I know you need to work, but don't find a job. Go and work and do something with everything in your passion. If it doesn't work out, then flip to go something else, but don't get a job. See, job is just over broke. You got to get more than just over broke. I don't want to go to a job just to be just over broke and be bummed about it the whole time. I want to go to work with a purpose and a plan and get it done. And that's what we get to do. We're seeing results. And I know that you guys are in the tropics of Greece. I want to come over, man. I know that there are schools there.
Yeah.
And if there are schools there and I have an interpreter, and who knows, probably don't need one. I don't know. It would be straight money, bro. It would be the new, I don't know, whatever the thing is over there. What would Jesus do? WWJD or whatever it was. Right? Tuso, stand up, stand out. But so doing my part, you guys are doing your part, and that's for sure.
Yeah. You got talking about acronyms. You have a couple acronyms, to say the least, for your program, and I want people to really understand what you do, but why you do what you do. Why it's so important. All right, because it's not scratching the surface. I'm digging deep here.
Yeah,
I want people to know.
Apparently, you know the story, right?
I do.
You know what? I have to go back, but I think one of the main things is, I have 6 children. I have a couple that they're not special need. They're nothing like that. They're the best. If anybody's special need, it'd be me. My kids are amazing. One has schizophrenia. The other one was diagnosed with Asperger's. And then I have another one that suffers with depression. And, and then my daughters and what have you. And I saw the process of chugging and keep on going. But I got to keep going all the way back. I was always told that, man, you're just not, you just don't get it. And I'll remember the day when I was in 4th grade and one of the special ed teachers came into the classroom and I was sitting with my friends and I said, hey, he's here to pick someone up. I said, apparently this guy's a fry short of a Happy Meal or whatever it is. And he starts talking and I don't say nothing much. Like I'm going to probably point and people are going to go, man, that's funny, Coach. Or not. They didn't call me Coach back then. That's funny, Dave. That's really awesome, blah, blah, blah. Well, here's the problem, Ryan. When the teacher stood up to announce who was going to be following him to the special ed room, he said, David Verdu.
Imagine that,
the pin dropped. My heart sank. I said, I didn't know I was special needs. Wait, I wasn't. I stopped that day, Ryan. I didn't want to read. I didn't want to go forward. I didn't want to go backwards either. I wanted to grow up and get out of there. So I was always in these special reading classes. Well, if they're going to just give me an A for sitting there listening to a book, okay, that's easy peasy, right? So I didn't learn to read I did, but heart be still. If you asked me to read part of a sentence and I was at class oh God, it would be very painful. Now I'm in front of thousands and thousands of people reading letters and I do what I do because I don't want to see one more. I don't want to see one more hurt. I don't want to see one. I liken our Way Beyond Measure to the starfish story. See this one? Got that one. So there's a whole bunch of starfish on the beach, and me and you and Dave are on the beach chucking starfish, and a couple comes walking by, and instead of us help chuck starfish, they stop and say, "Hey, what are you guys doing? You're not even making a difference." And then all of us pick up a starfish and go, "For this one I did," and we throw it back in the ocean. And they walk away amazed because you're not going to reach everybody. But the ones that you can reach, put them in the place where they need to be. That's what we're doing, guys. That's what Way Beyond Measure is. So SUSO is stand up, stand out. That's the acronym. But the other acronym that we do, and we move with it, and it is powerful. It's classroom worthy. It's think.
Think. What does think stand for?
Yeah. Is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? And is it kind? And there just so happens to be 5 letters in the word think. There just so happens to be 5 school days. And so we take them along. Monday, is it true? Tuesday, is it helpful? Wednesday, is it inspiring? Thursday, necessary. Friday, be kind Friday. Take it into the weekend. Be ready to come back with being true. Teaching kids just to be everything they can be, because everyone's like, so when I first started many years ago, it's like, are you an anti-bullying program? Are you a suicide awareness program?
Yeah.
Are you a mental health program? Here's the key to that. And I put it all in a big old nutshell, boys. It's character development, education, academics plus character equals education.
Equals a happy
I love
person.
Martin Luther King Jr. said that. I didn't say that. So it's even more powerful because it's so true. Why is it for the first few years in school we teach kids how to line up? We do all these things, characters, but then after second grade now it's time to learn ABCs, da. You start to see the pushing and shoving, and then it gets worse and worse and worse. And then when you get into your prime age of development, now it's 10 to 15 years old, prime age of development. You know where I am, boys, right? For the boy and the girl. And all they want to do is butt heads and come against you and fight and be hurt. That's why junior high is so tough, guys. No one knows who they are. You're walking around not knowing. Huh? You remember? That's my girlfriend. What do you? Right?
Well, it's weird that this isn't stuff that's taught by anyone, right? If you take most schools, right, unless they hire you to come in,
right.
No schools are teaching them think. No one at home is teaching them think. You know, you're going, The Bible said, maybe you're going, the Bible says, love thy neighbor.
Right.
And then that's the dose that the kids get.
Well, they only get that on Sunday, maybe.
Yeah.
So
And then we wonder why we have in the
What?
States.
Yeah, at church, you mean on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, so
Not in Greece.
I deal with a lot of parents as well, and not every parent. No, listen, it's not all. You got to hear my heart. It's not all parents. It's parents, and some of them are the educational system and the spiritual system are supposed to be taken care of by the school and by the church, and so the parents lack that responsibility because they put it on somebody else, and they want them. You're the teacher. You teach them. Wait. I will teach them academics. You need to teach them to say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, because he rips me. I'm just saying there's got to be with everybody. Everyone has choices to make. And so there's not a lot of people doing this. You're right. And all we want to do is teach character. Very simple. Open your eyes up. If you're walking in a door, just pause for a second and see if anybody else is around. Hold the door open for them. Easy stuff. Easy, but it's taught. Boxing,
Yeah.
when you're taught to box.
What I like
That's
about
interesting.
both of you is that you have targeted the two sides of education. The one you, Coach David, you target the kids straight, about to teach them character, to develop their character.
Good.
And you, Dave, with your parenting and teenage mentoring, you've targeted both the kids, but you went to the parents as well that need a better guidance and a better understanding of the kids, because you can't reach every single kid like the starfish or every single parent. But if you go to the one side and then you go to the other side as well, that will has more time with the kids to develop their characters, then you have a more complete system. So I like how you both took each side,
I like that.
we did. Yep. It's we need to partner up and do something big. That's what I hear Ryan saying.
You know what? I know that you have an event coming up too, right? You have something coming up in June, buddy.
I do.
And I've nominated several of my high school students to jump on board and sign up. I'm going to really make sure and push that. And so you just let me know if you need, I'll be there as a cheerleader, whatever you need. And I just want to root for you guys because it's such a small world.
It is.
Listen, you say, hey, I'm over in Greece. I'm like, wow. So there's nothing happens over there. I don't even know if you have grocery stores. Where do you get food over there? It's foreign to me. Listen, that's what foreign means. What side of the street do they drive on, and do they know how to drive? I don't know. I'm just saying. It's
look. We have a fleet of cows, and we ride goats. We ride goats to the supermarket. There are supermarkets. Well, they're mini markets.
No Walmart.
I'll tell you a funny story, Ryan. I don't know if I've told you this before. So here I am, first time in Greece, right? This is back in 2011. And so I get stationed here. The Air Force says, hey, do you want to go to Greece? I said, of course I do. So I come to Greece, and our neighbor, Nikos and Vaso, they live downstairs, and they rented me the upstairs, the two top floors of the apartment, right? So 3-floor apartment. I got the two upstairs, they got the downstairs. And one day, Nikos comes to me and he says, hey, do you want to go to our village for Pascha? Pascha is Greek Easter, and it's the biggest holiday in Greece. It's a huge deal. And I say, well, sure. What is Pascha? And he explains, oh, okay, it's Greek Easter. What we do is there's a little celebration the night before. And then on Pascha, we have a lamb, and we rotisserie a lamb, right? Like this. Oh, wow. And he's explaining to me. And I said, well, can I get the lamb? And he says, well, sure. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm telling my friends, I'm going to go to the village, right? To their village to get the lamb for Pascha. That means that I'm going to go chase a lamb and go and gut the lamb and stuff, right? So for about 2-3 weeks, I'm telling people all over the world, I'm telling me, hey, I got invited to the village of Pascha. And guess what I'm going to do? What are you going to do, Dave? I'm going to get the lamb. Okay, so Pascha comes. The morning of Pascha, Dave is excited. I'm ready to go to the village. Nikos and Vaso comes in. You ready? Yes, I'm ready. I was ready last night. Let's go. We're going to the village for Pascha. So we're going. We're driving. I'm in the back seat, like I'm gonna get my badge of honor today. I'm gonna get initiated into the Greek village today. And then we pull up to the supermarket. And Nikos gets out the car, and Vaso gets out the car, and I get out the car, and they're like, let's go. I said, oh, okay, well, what are we? Oh, we're getting some ice or so. Okay, let's go. And then I watched somebody walk out of the supermarket with a big lamb on a stick. And I figured out quickly that I wasn't going to go get the lamb from the village, that I was just going to foot the bill and pay the €100 for the lamb. Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, that was my initiation.
No hunting that day, eh?
Yeah, no hunting that day. Oh, I was so disappointed. I was ready.
That's why it's so important to travel the world, and expand your horizon.
Yeah, man. So yeah, a million stories like that I got.
Wow.
Oh, so yeah, Coach, we got supermarkets here, and we have lambs that are already, at the butcher, all cut up and ready for you to rotisserie.
Tell me a little bit about, and Ryan might know more, of course, about the school system there. What might be, or what do you think is their greatest need, and where do you think they are
Well, I don't think it works, first of all. And it's mostly a loss of time, because if you calculate 12 years of school education, you really go over and over some info, some knowledge, and then, like for example, on mathematics, you can learn how to add and multiply in a year, and this is when probably most of us learn it in our first year of mathematics. The thing is that for 12 years you do mathematic calculations, and you are taught like applicable mathematics that are for certain sciences that you're not gonna use, like for an architect or for an accountant or for someone else that uses specialized mathematics. So you lose time over these subjects, and 6 months after you finish school, you remember nothing. So it was like, Tell me, Dave.
I'm with you, Ryan. That's amazing, because I think that after 10th grade, they should go vocational. So now, what is it that you want to be? Well, I'm not even going to go to college. Okay, why don't you go to vocational for the next 2 years and get a vocational plumbing, welding, whatever it is, right? And have them just study that for 2 years and go on job training. That's one way. Oh, after, well, I'm only 16. I plan on going military. All right. Well, you're going vocational also then for the next 2 years. And then when you're 18, you can join the military. I want to go to college and be a doctor. Perfect. You're staying mainstream. You're a junior in high school. You stay mainstream and you start studying. You start getting your courses done for college and stuff like that. And, so I think would be cheaper. It would be, so you can graduate in 10th grade. However, there's still 2 more years of something. We're going to teach you how to do your own freaking laundry.
Mm-hmm.
And we're also going to show you, because listen, when I joined the Navy, dude, I didn't know I could make my socks that small. I didn't know that my Navy pants could float. And anything can float. Dude, I can make anything float. But I think these are things like sometimes I think, some of these kids need to go through boot camp, but not just any boot camp. I'm talking Army or Marines. They need to see, and they're not. And they're just getting through life. And I told my dad, I said, listen, after I graduate high school, I want 1 year. I want to take a break. Boy, get over here. What are you, stupid? You ain't getting no break. What? When you graduate high school, you's gone. He had 8 boys. I'm number 6.
Good night.
And so when the 6th one graduated, he goes, what you going to do? I said, bye, McFly. And I left. I went in the military. I never went back. But that's my story. I want these students and people to understand that you're really not entitled to anything. You got to go work. That's what we lack. We lack work. If you go to a school right now and you ask any child in that classroom, what would you all want to do right now if you had an opportunity? What do you think? Most of them, I'm going to say 85%. What do they say?
What?
Sleep.
Fireman.
No.
Sleep.
Yes.
Really?
What do you guys want to do right now? Sleep.
Really?
I'm tired. Yeah, you can, because they're up until 4 a.m. on what?
Yeah.
Stimulator. So when they get to school, like Ryan said, you want answers? We got machines now that when you walk in, they don't need to know length times width divided by 9 equals square feet. Why? Because they got this. They walk into a room now and say, I need carpet. And it says, point there and point there. And, oh, you need that much. How did that happen? I don't know. I can do all my measurements.
Yeah,
so we're not, there's no more man stuff.
You were trying to ask me something because before my connection was lost. But I agree with you exactly on like the square root. We used to know how to find it. I don't remember anymore, but I can always find it in a second or two through my phone, and the thing is that all this time that is used, these 12 years, we could have learned much more useful subjects like road safety, like sexual education, like social manners and social rules, things like other things that are pretty interesting to many kids, like robotics. That, for example, I've heard this subject to be offered in private schools where you pay a lot, but not in the public schools. So why bother losing all this time in school, and taking it seriously when you know that most of the things that you're gonna learn you won't remember, or they won't be useful? And why not introduce at school more interesting and more versatile subjects, you know, with better systems to be introduced to, like with technology. Because there's a saying in the internet that school is the same, has the same shape like it used to do like a century ago. There is no development in the system that is used in school. So we need a change, but no change is uh, in plan to be done.
Right.
You know.
Hey, Dave, you obviously you've been in the States and you've seen youth and worked with them, and now you're in Greece, and I'm not sure how many youth you've worked over there. Is there a difference? I mean, what do you see? Is there a respect issue everywhere, or what?
So here's the deal. So no, I haven't worked with any youth directly here in Greece. However, every country you go to has a different culture, and so programs tend to work in countries like yours. Tend to work really well in countries that like Canada, like the UK, like the United States. Not because they're English-speaking countries. It has to do with the culture.
Right.
And we're talking about individualistic culture versus collectivism. So cultures that are more family-centric or are more centric on community, right? So here in Greece, it truly does take a village, and so you'll see that families are much closer, and you learn a lot from your family. You learn more from that environment than any other environment. You'll see that a lot of these things that we have in the States just doesn't really exist, especially to the level of the United States or Canada or the UK. For example, school shootings or stabbings, because there's, guns aren't so prevalent here, but you don't get that type of extreme violence in schools.
Wow.
It just doesn't. It's like people here in Greece, it's like, then they see the news, they see CNN, and they go, that's a movie. Like that's not even conceptually like something that you can think of here in Greece. Better yet, somebody going to the movie theater and shooting up the theater, or to a concert and shooting up the concert. Those things don't happen.
It's out of our reality here.
Yeah. And it's not just because there's guns that are all over the place in the United States. That's not just that. That's a reason, but that's not the reason. The reason is you have in the United States a culture of individualism. And so mom and dad says, you're 18, it's time for you to go, right? That doesn't happen in Greece. Mom and dad says, you're 18, I don't want you to leave yet. You're still my boy, right? You're still my baby, right? And there's some balance to be had there. You got to learn how to fold your own laundry, you should be learning that when you're freaking 12 years old. I was cooking when I was 7, out of necessity. Otherwise I'd been hungry. But you don't see that in different cultures, and it's just different all over the world. Yeah. So kids are raised much better here than they are in a lot of other countries.
Hands on.
Because of that type of culture, to where you see the individualistic type cultures or subcultures that tend to push the kids out as quick as they can. Okay, you're independent now. Go get a job now. You're 16, and it's very different.
Wow.
But let me hold on one sec. Hold on one sec. Let me finish this. But the caveat to that is what you're teaching, Coach Verdu, is not centric or centered just around things of a particular culture. What I mean by that is everyone can learn how to be nice to people. Everyone can learn how to stick up for him or herself. Everyone can learn how to be thankful for things, how to think before they speak, right? Everyone can learn that. So I would love to find somebody here. Look, you'd have to speak Greek and you'd have to be a teacher. Period.
So I'll just get on that. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Even I'm just teasing. It's
You're gonna be learning Greek tomorrow.
I think the fun thing is that I mean I've been to Russia with it, and they had to go Latvian and they had to do Russian, so I had a double interpreter.
Okay.
And it rocked because they don't care. They looking at this dude going, dude is from America.
Yeah.
He coached in the NBA with the Denver Nuggets, and they know basketball, whatever it is. And they're like, it's just interesting. I'm a foreigner. What's this goofball going to say? And he talks hysterically. And he laughs at his own jokes, and no one knows what he's saying. Right? That's the facts. The facts is that they would, and then because it's happened before, I'd be like, well, I don't know how that went over. And then you say, Coach is going to be at the arena on Friday night. Come on out. And everybody shows up. One more time. What now? Now what's going to happen? And now when they show up, I got a water cannon or I'm doing something to build a memory. And someone's going to get muddy. Someone's going to get whipped cream. Someone's going to get something. And so that's what I love about, you're right, other cultures, the respect and the love. And so are you still at home, Ryan? And your mommy still with you and all that? I'm just asking. I don't know. That's the Greek rule. You have to stay at home, or where you at, bud?
I will tell you about it. I live alone at my own house.
Okay.
But until I was 30, I wasn't. And the thing is that people in Greece, it's not like very rare to see 30 years old people living with their parents, or
awesome?
or even older. The thing is that, okay, we are there is a side effect, like a second side in that coin of being part of the family until an older age, and it is that if your family or whoever is guarding you is taking so much care of you that doesn't let you face problems, difficulties, and overcome them yourself, not them help you do it, So if they do your work, then you don't learn how to overcome difficulties. They incapacitate.
Wow.
They make you unable. They make you unable to process the problems, because since a young age and until your adult life, you have been saved again and again and again. So what we need to emphasize and give as a message there is that problems will make you grow, and you need them. If you don't have problems until you are 40 years old, you will be like unable to do it after 40. You need to start when you are 10 to face your problems and your difficulties.
Isn't that something?
So yeah, in Greece, this is a thing with our local culture that we don't learn in a younger age in comparison with England or the States or other countries that push you out of the door at 18. We don't learn in a young age to face our problems, because my mother will give me the money to solve the problem. My father will talk to his friend to help me with my problem. I won't face consequences. I won't face the difficulty or the hardship, and I won't put my mind to find solutions and work over it for 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years until I find it eventually and change my life because they did it already.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a nurture thing. There's a balance with how much you should nurture your kids and your neighbors' kids.
Yeah.
There's a balance to that, and that's what my program does. It teaches you how, as parents and mentors, to push, but also be nurturing at the same time, and know how much of what to give. Before we wrap up, Coach, I want you to tell us, like, how can everyone that watches this get a hold of you, get in contact with you? What can you do for them? When can you do it for them? Stuff like that. Talk to us.
Awesome. Well, thanks, guys. Ryan, thank you, man. That was such a great analogy of what you were talking about and growing and how to grow and stretch. And so I'll go from the story on how we can connect and get together. See, a lot of people want to stay on the peak of the mountain, but I've been on the peak of the mountain. On the peak of the mountain, there's no trees. And at the peak of the mountain, there's hardly any air up there. So it's very, very difficult. There's no water running up there either. It's the top of the mountain. No water stays at the top of the mountain. It runs down into the valley. So the longer you stay up at the top of the mountain, looking at all the great things you've done, the weaker you become. You have to go back down the mountain. That's where the trees grow. That's where the water flows. That's where the produce is. It's not on top of the mountain. On top of the mountain, you just get to look over the valley and go, wow, I've come a long way. Back to the valley. You can't stay on the mountain. The mountain is nice, but the valley is where you grow. And the valley is where the water flows and all the nutrients and everything you need. You guys, it's very simple to contact us. It's right there on the screen there, waybeyondmeasure.com. We are Way Beyond Measure on every social media network, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Did I say that one? LinkedIn, that's the one.
Everywhere. LinkedIn too.
Everywhere, yeah. Way Beyond Measure. And if you want to find the website, it's waybeyondmeasure.com. I do have an office number. I'll go ahead and jot it down and say it for y'all. It's 479-219-4328. And you can call. Someone's going to answer. It's awesome. And we're here for you. Now, where will we go? We'll go anywhere in the universe if it's the calling is there. When? Tomorrow. When do you need us? Do we have things? Yes. We have videos to leave behind. We have curriculum. We have books. We do things from dust to dirt, and we can do everything in between. And we just want to try to make your community, your school, your club a great, safe place to be. And I know that our teachers, our administration, and those that work with students all day, 24 hours a day sometimes, that I commend you. You're doing an awesome job. Let Coach come in and echo what you're doing and watch it just light up. And that's all I want to do. Come alongside, help light up people's lives, and then show them a course to take with some of my friends that what's the next level? What's the next step? And that's where I bring Dave Armstrong in for that next level, next step piece. And to tell you the truth, not everybody gets there, but those that do will find peace, joy, love. They'll find everything they need to move forward. It's not easy, but you'll find strength to move forward. Waybeyondmeasure.com. My name is Coach Verdu. Peace.
All right, Coach. Thanks a lot. We love you.
Great
Thanks for
having
sharing.
you.
And before you head off, I want to encourage everyone that's watching this now or watching this in the future. You made a choice to have children and bring them in this world. You made a choice to be an educator. You made a choice to be a mentor.
Yeah.
If you're working with kids at any age, of any age, you owe it to them, you owe it to yourself to be the absolute best version of who you want to be for them. So there's no reason why you don't buy programs like this. There's no reason why you don't contact Coach Verdu. There's no reason why you're not going to www.waybeyondmeasure.com or upna.net or goupna.net. There's no reason other than just lack of really caring. So get off your butt and do something because you chose to be in the environment and your heart is there. Your heart is there. Make sure that your mind is there and your knowledge is there along with your heart. Ryan, any parting words, sir?
I loved it. I really like to have people like Coach David in our show. I like to get in touch with people that are in the same mission to help others on the planet get where they want to be and shift their direction to where they really want to be and not where they were heading until now. This is what we all do to our target groups. And I love that. It was really a pleasure, you know. I'm looking forward to meet you at some point, like face to face. And
I'm all
yeah.
in. That would be great. That would be great. And whether it's here in the United States or it's over there in Greece, buddy, wherever's clever. And so glean, I said the word glean in the beginning. Do you know what glean means? Have you heard the word glean? It means to grow with one another, to share with one another, to be with one another, and really combined our efforts. We glean it, we weave it. It says in the Word of God that, you know, one, that's all right. Two, that's better. Three, you can't break that. You can't. It's too strong. It's too woven. Three strings, you can't break it. So anyways, 1, 2, 3, here we go. There's the three strings.
Yeah.
So appreciate y'all very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate you being here.
Thank
Ryan,
you.
love you, brother.
Thank you.
Love you too, Coach.
Bye,
you guys.
guys.
Be good. Ciao. Peace.